Hello, this is Mike Hayes and welcome to our special video on 2-5-1s. I can assure you that this video won't be another boring 2-5-1 lesson. In fact, what we're setting out to do is to add some magic and a touch of class to any 2-5-1 progression. Now the concept is remarkably simple, but it requires us to think about things that we already know in a slightly different way. If you've been following through our chord melody series, you'll be familiar with the concept of being able to play a sixth on the fifth, which in a nutshell means that if we had, say for example, a C sixth chord, the fifth of C is G, therefore we can play a G sixth over a C bass, and that will produce the sound of a C major 9. And in this session we're going to take the same approach across to what we call the important minor chords. Jazz musicians refer to the important minor chords as minor chords found on the fifth of the dominant. And this is what is commonly known as the 2 chord in a 2-5-1 progression. Okay, let's see how this works. Again, I'll be working in the key of C. The dominant 7th of the key of C is G7th. The 5th of G7th is D. Therefore, the important minor chord would be D minor 7. Now here's where we use some of that musical theory that we've been working on. If we thought about D minor 7 in another way, we could say that D minor 7 is an inversion of F6. The 6th on the 5th of F6 is C6. Yes, you heard that correct, folks. You could substitute a D minor 7th with a C6th. Let's have a look and see how that works. If the bass player played D, the notes in our C6 would produce the following. The E note in the C6 would be the 9th of the D minor. The A in the C6 would be the 5th of the D minor. The G in the C6 would be the 11th of the D minor. And the C in the C6 would be the 7th in the D minor. In this first example, the rhythm guitar plays a bar of D minor 7th and then a bar of G 7th throughout the whole exercise. I'm going to play a C 6th over the D minor 7th and a B diminished over the G 7th. And as we know, when we play a B diminished over a G bass, that produces the effect of a G7 flat 9. So I'll simply be playing different inversions of C6 alternating with various inversions of B diminished. Let's have a listen. Okay, now that you've got the idea, we're going to expand that a little bit further to incorporate some of the concepts that we've learnt in previous sessions. For our next example, we'll be using the template of D minor 7, G7, C major 7, C6. That's how the chord progression would appear in a fake book. What we're going to play, however, is C6 to substitute for the D minor 7, B diminished to substitute for the G7, and then we're going to play a G6th, which is a sixth on the fifth of C, and this will produce the effect of a C major 9, and then in the fourth bar we'll play a C6th. And I'll be doing this all the way through the exercise, once again just playing various inversions of each one of these chords. So on the screen you'll see the original chords from the sheet music on top, and then the chords in brackets will be the chords that we're actually playing. Here goes. Okay, I think you can hear some of the potential that this way of thinking can have on your comping work and chord melody playing. I'd like to give you another example to show you some of the potential that this way of thinking can have on your melodic work and in your improvisation. In this next example, the rhythm guitar will play 2 beats on D minor 7, then 2 beats on G7. And I'm going to play C6th arpeggios over the D minor 7th and B diminished arpeggios over the G7th. Let's have a listen. I'm sure you'll find lots of other interesting ways to practice arpeggios over the 2/5 progression. Okay, back to chords. Now way back in chord melody part 31, we looked at the 21 stop cycle chord progressions. I'll put a link in the top right hand corner of this video if you want to check it out. Just to round things off for today's session, I'm going to use the concepts that we spoke about earlier in this video over all the 2/5/1 chord progressions. On the screen at the moment you'll see the top original chord progression as it would appear in the fake book, and underneath you'll see the type of chords that I'm actually playing over the bass part. And this will give you a really good workout in all the keys and give you a chance to apply the concepts that we've just presented. Here goes. that's it for this session, folks. I do hope you found something interesting there that you can use in your music. And don't forget, if you like the type of things that we're doing, to subscribe and hit the notifications bell. That way you won't miss out on any of our future lessons. And remember, if you have any questions or comments, to pop them in the comment section below this video. And as always, I look forward to catching up with you again next time. Bye for now.